The question is, do you want balance in your life? Do you? The problem with having balance in your life is that, well, let me put it to you like this. If I had to ask you to take a moment to contemplate the image you would get in your mind to represent the word balance, would it be one of those old scales? You know, the kind where you put the weights on the one side and the potatoes on the other side? Well, what happens when balance has been achieved? Nothing. Because when things are in balance, there's no movement. And the only people in life that should be achieving balance in their life all live 6 foot under. Fact. So when you tell people, I want a balanced life, I want to find a balance between my career and my health and my finances, realize that you're actually going to set yourself up for failure. Because there's no ways you're going to get balance. Think about it for a moment. Would it not be better to not have balance in your life? I mean, we're always meeting these people. Some of them we meet, life's always good, life's always wonderful, it's always on that path going up. What do we think when we meet people like that? Well, I can tell you what I think. I think, either that person is not seeing the world as it truly is, or they're lying. Now, yes, it is far better to be an optimist than a pessimist. But you don't have to be at the one end of the continuum of being an optimist or at the other end of being a pessimist. What about somewhere in the middle, which is a realist? And a realist can see both sides. And because a realist can see both sides, a realist understands which direction to sway in. Of course, you're going to meet other people, the ones who doom and gloom and everything just goes down like that. In fact, clinically, we got a name for people like that. We call them depressants. But the truth of the matter is, there are many people in the world who are exactly like that. But the biggest group of people are not the ones who life's always good and going up, or the ones who life's always going down, but rather the people whose lives are more like a roller coaster. We have our ups, we have our downs, we have our very highs, and we sometimes even have our very lows. And they're okay, because that's what life is. But if that's what life is, how do we measure when we're doing all right? Well, a good measure of how we're doing is when we're in one of those downward spirals and dips, how easily and effortlessly we're able to bring ourselves out of it. And when we've been on a wonderful high and we come down off that high, are we able to cope with it? Because if you are, you're experiencing that roller coaster ride called life. There's no destination in our journey of life. Everything that happens is the destination. The journey itself is that destination. So don't create balance in your life. What, you say? Do I replace that with then? What am I striving for? Well, I'm going to throw a word towards you now. And the word is harmony. And if I ask you to imagine something in your mind that would represent the word harmony, what might it be? I can share with you that when I think of the word harmony, I think of that sound of the sea that you can hear in the background. Or I think of music. That's right. Think about it for a moment. It's not continually up It's not continually down. It has its ups, it has its downs, it has its twists and its turns. Just like those waves out there. And that's how life should be. And your life can be like that. If you embrace the good and the bad and just roll with the punches in it. There's a beautiful saying which fits in so aptly right here and right now. The person with the most flexibility will always control the system. So why don't you choose to control your system? Why not? Strive for harmony in your life. Because when you have harmony and you hit one of those ones, you don't fall apart and crumble. Because you know harmony needs those to be able to get those. Doesn't it? Think about it for a moment. Your goal? Not balance. Harmony. If you want to find out more, why don't you pop across to my website, www.jasonsandlerspeaks, and find out more about how you can do my workshop or my keynote presentation attendee on increasing your self-belief. Taking it from ooh to ah. I'm Jason Sandler, and you have a great day in harmony.